I'm telling you, I saw that cat do stuff for soldiers, kids who'd been abused, Haitians after storms. Yeah, sometimes the way that doesn't matter, the topical stuff, I sometimes found him equally ill at ease as I am.
Yeah.
But walking the walk, that cat gave a lot of money to a lot of people.
I don't want to do the greatest hits with you because I want to do sort of where you're at now. But so when you then start doing O'Reilly, and then suddenly people are going, wait a minute, this is SNL Weekend Update guy. He's like this sort of like hip, cool, lib kind of. Suddenly you're on O'Reilly.
I was as hip or cool or as not hip and cool. I was the same.
But the optics of it now suddenly, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. He was on SNL and now he's on evil Fox News. I'm just saying, this is not my opinion. This is just sort of like.
Yeah, well, people have to figure their own thing out.
Yeah. But did you fear that at all or even none of it? Huh?
No.
Interesting.
Listen, man, I was on the #1 rated show on cable, I think, Bill, for 20 years. I was doing 6 minutes a week. It was a beautiful gig. We'd go on the road once a week, or once a month. We'd sell 10,000 seats.
Crazy. Could you believe that? Could he believe it?
We definitely were a 1 + 1 = 3 thing. Because on my own, I'd probably, at that point, draw 2. I don't know what Billy was drawing, but probably 2.
Yeah.
But you put us together in the Mutt and Jeff of it, it always reminded me of that scene in the Chaplin movie, not saying we were Chaplin-esque, where Charlie puts his foot behind his leg and kicks the guy who's working the border guard thing, the guy at Ellis Island kicks him in the butt. I was doing that to O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And the key moment in that relationship was when I told Bill, you're like a big Mick beat cop, Irish beat cop, where you're spinning that stick, everybody's scared shitless of you, and I'm going to call you Billy instead of Bill. That why was a great move, because all of a sudden the power, the monolith, is being poked fun at by the Mutt and Jeff guy. And it was cool. That's why it worked together, is because I could make him laugh, not an unguarded laugh periodically, and I could poke fun at him. I could call him Billy. I could wear shorts on his show, which, I'd put my leg up and he'd say, "Do you not have pants?" All that worked. And
were you doing a lot of those hits from home? Did you have a home situation, or were you going into a Fox affiliate or something?
I went over to this place called the Rubin Studios. No, we did it up in Santa Barbara in another studio. We were always on a split screen. It was so funny, until we started going on the road, people would say, "You and Bill, like we're hoping Crosby." I was like, I've met him twice. We're always on a split screen. But over the years, I'll tell you what, I'm relatively ill at ease socially. I don't know what that is. I don't want to make it precious. Bill, I think if you can watch him over the years.
Are you? Because off camera, you seem exactly the same to me, but there's plenty of comics. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a lot of comics that are weird, have eye contact stuff, don't want to touch anybody. And then the second, the camera goes on and bam, they're there. But I don't, from the little bit we just did our thing, I didn't catch that.
Well, I do know that I don't go to a lot of social events and stuff like that when I'm working. I meet a hail fellow well met. I like to say hi and be normal. I'm in a cat's place, but I'm not a real social guy, and he isn't either. So when you put the two of us together, I was enamored of that part of our rally. And I sometimes didn't understand his brusque manner, and I sometimes thought, why is he beating his drum to that degree when I'd watch him on the show? And Bill, if you're seeing this, I'm not, I'm telling you, I saw that cat do stuff for soldiers, kids who'd been abused, Haitians after storms. Yeah, sometimes the way that doesn't matter, the topical stuff, I sometimes found him equally ill at ease as I am.
Yeah.
But walking the walk, that cat gave a lot of money to a lot of people, and I don't know his personal life. People say, "What about?" I go, "Do you really think?" Oh, okay. So that's my relationship with O'Reilly. I'm going to call him, talk about dating or whatever the hell's going on.
Right.
It's not my life with him. We went out on the road, and I saw him do a lot of good things for a lot of people. And guess what? I felt no need to probe the underbelly of Bill O'Reilly or find out what really makes him tick, and he felt no need to find out. That being said, I did see him do enough things over the years that I find him an honorable man.
Yeah. What do you think about the way that we take out people these days? You don't have to make it about him specifically, but just generally, now Chris Matthews went out, and it's just like this endless cascade of we're just going to build people up and crush them.
It gets worse. Listen, man, imagine like Twitter during Dickensian England. Imagine how cool it would be there. Listen, the rules are clearly...
You mean it's not worse than it's ever been? That's what everyone says every day. It's worse than it's ever been.
I think the way that it'll turn this, yeah, it might be, but I think the way that it'll turn this is everybody who's in the public eye should get up to a joke, a witticism, a pithy revelation, and stop it down themselves and look at the camera and say, I have something here, but I'm going to stay out because I understand the new rules. And have that happen ad nauseum for a few years. And relate to people how crazy and or post-Orwellian it's gotten as far as jokes, dialogue, throwaways, cruelty. Indeed, humans are cruel once in a while. The fact that that's all neutered down now, I think that people should be reminded that we're missing some of the texture of life, walking around like we're in Logan's Run or something. It's... I don't think it will change for a while because to me it's the Lord of the Flies, and right now the uptight people have the conch and they're the ones who are going to speak. And therefore, if I'm sitting there and I get to a point in a joke where I go, this puts me where I have to talk to people who I disagree with about how bad I am. I stop off it and go, no, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah,
I've tackled myself here. And if enough of that happens, people are going to start saying, hey, I'm sick of this.
Yeah. Do you have a bunch that you just wouldn't tell anymore? Like,
Yeah,
like
sure.
an old favorite that you're just like...
Yeah, and it's easy. Listen, when I used to be on network television, they told you not to swear. I found it easy not to swear. When I'm in Vegas, I found it easy to say fuck. When I'm here, I don't know what the rules are here. You'll bleep them.
No, we don't bleep.
Yeah, it's
What do you
easy.
want to say? Come on.
No, I don't even
Let's
want
get
to.
you canceled right now, Miller.
I don't
Come
even
on.
think about it. But I am saying that... Yes, and not so much this point at all. My career will be taken. I don't care about that. I care about having to spend time reacting to nimrods who, quite frankly, think second guessing is creativity. It isn't.
Love that.
I like being with creative people. I like being with people who say things occasionally. I can't believe you said that. And I don't think it's over then. Listen, the human fray is cacophonous. It's like, where was it written that you're never going to hear anything that falls on your, feel you in your ear and you disagree with? I don't want to lead that life. So therefore, I'll stop myself just because I think, Christ, who needs to bring down some whiny kid telling me how I've ruined his day?
Yeah, I used to do, there's my old stand-up tapes are right there, and I used to do a joke way back when that I used to say the N-word, and it was not to be racist in any way. It was actually a stupid, silly Transformers reference that I was imitating a Transformer, and I would say this, and it would always get a huge laugh, huge laugh. I would close with it sometimes. And then one night I was on stage at Gotham Comedy Club on 24th, and the audience kind of turned on me. This is like maybe 2004 or something like that. And I remember thinking, I'm putting that one away, and I never did it again. I never liked that feeling, but I was just like, this is
people
way
want to do
before
a
all
Nantucket sleigh ride with a bit where they ride it to the bottom.
Yeah.
It doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
I'm out there to please people. I like to get laughs. And at some point, if I have an opinion and I feel it's worth it, I'll push it in, even if it draws ire. But there are other times I think this isn't good enough to let all this agita into my life. The sturm and drang's tiresome.
Yeah.
It's so precious to me that we sit down every day and 10 times a day somebody has to get themselves back and supine. And I remember when years ago there was a cat who was the general manager for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Al Campanis. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He goes on
yeah.
Ted.
It was before I was here, but yeah, I remember.
He goes on Ted Koppel one night, and he says something that's like from another generation racially. And he's dead. He's dead. He's got to go supplicate for Sharpton, all that silly game. And
because Sharpton's so righteous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, when Jackie Robinson first came up and he goes to Montreal and the Dodgers, he's playing minor league baseball and they got to assign somebody to go out with the cat and ride wingman. I think Campanis is right there. I mean, when it came to real life, he's there.
Yeah.
And then later he says something brutish from a day gone by and he's over. And I remember thinking, oh, This is so tedious. You know, that's the smartest thing Eric Holder ever said, although I think he back-ended into it. I don't even think he meant it the way I took it when he said, we're cowards. We don't even have chats about things anymore, racial relations. Indeed, we don't. And guess what? You want to be the first guy in?
Right, exactly.
Really? You want to be over this afternoon trying to make some sort of lucid, nuanced comment about interactions between human beings of different colors? You don't want to be the first guy in, you're done.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about comedy instead of the nonstop yelling you get everywhere else, check out our comedy playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, check out our full episode playlist. They're both right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.